This is me, Brad. I've achieved plenty of body transformations of myself over the years, and I've got plenty of clients to achieve incredible results.
And I want to share with you exactly how to do it so that next time you don't fail.
This video is actually more focused on the transformation of fat loss rather than the transformation of building muscle, as I feel like that's what a large percentage of people want to do yet struggle with.
Let's start off by talking about your rate of loss, which is basically how much weight you should lose per week.
Personally, I'd advise aiming for a rate of loss between 0.5% to 1% of body weight per week. If you don't have too much body fat to lose, I'd go for more towards the lower end, towards 0.5%. And if you have quite a bit of body fat to lose, you can afford to be a bit more aggressive and go more towards the higher end of 1% of body weight per week. Now, I wouldn't advise going any more aggressive than that, as it will be quite difficult to sustain, and to be blunt, you will feel pretty awful. Now, to do this, we should aim for a calorie deficit, which I'm pretty sure that everyone in the world now understands. And we need to do this through diet and/or expenditure.
For the majority of people, I would actually use a combination of both diet and expenditure to create that calorie deficit. But first, let's talk about expenditure.
I like to have a step goal and just ensure that I hit a target every single day. These are a great way to burn a little bit more energy, and the best thing about these is they aren't too taxing and they don't impact recovery nearly as much as other forms of output. They're even more beneficial for heavier individuals, as you'll simply burn more calories. One of the downsides to steps is that they can be quite time consuming. And the next thing I track, you guessed it, it's pretty obvious, cardio. Now, this is just a tool that we use to create more of a deficit. So I personally would prefer to increase my output rather than dropping my food too low. Now, that's not to say I'm killing myself doing cardio every single day. At the start of my diet, I will start off on a minimal amount of cardio, around 2 times per week. And as I get towards the back end, the dog end of the diet, it might be at 5 times per week. But like I said, this is just a tool, and this is not the foundation of your fat loss phase. Now, if you're wondering what form of cardio to do during your dieting phase, the best thing I'd say is just do one that you can sustain and that you enjoy, or that you can bear. Just one that you can adhere to and you can be consistent with. Now, for me personally, I go for a more of a methodical approach where I'm not really doing it for enjoyment and it's more aesthetics driven. So for me, I always go for LISS cardio, which is low intensity, steady state. And that is just because I'm thinking about my ability to recover. If I do, say, HIIT cardio, for example, that is going to be way more taxing on my body to recover from than as if I was going to do an incline walk on a treadmill.
Okay, and next thing we need to cover is your food intake.
So for your macros and calories, do not overanalyze and stress over them too much. Just make sure you hit your calorie goal, and your macros can pretty much fall wherever within reason, of course. The main thing I need you to do is just make sure you have enough protein in your diet, which I'd aim for around 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. But if you're obese, go with a little bit less, as obviously you will not need too much protein. Maybe go for like 1 gram of protein per centimeter of height. To find out how much calories you should be eating, simply avoid calorie calculators online. Track your body weight against a set amount of calories and use some trial and error from there. If you're losing body weight too quick, obviously increase calories. If you're losing body weight too slow, then obviously decrease calories or increase expenditure.
Now, let's talk about your training.
With your training, it's actually very simple. Just put all your effort into retaining your strength. Until you're actually shredded, you shouldn't be losing much training performance at all. At the bare minimum, make sure you're retaining your relative strength.
Next thing to talk about is your recovery.
Recovery should be taken as seriously as everything else. Rest and sleep is honestly like a drug. Whilst being in a calorie deficit, your ability to recover is less. So don't listen to the gym bros doing more volume to burn fat, bro, or the I'll sleep when I'm dead mentality. More is not better. Simply train the same, ensure you are resting enough, and you are fueling your body well so that you can recover properly.
And last but not least, let's talk about the point which I believe to be the main reason why people fail.
And that is pretty simple. All I'm going to do is ask you this question, and that is going to conclude whether you will succeed or fail. And that is quite simply, do you actually want it, or do you just like the idea of it? And if the answer to that question is the latter, then you're probably not going to succeed. The people that have that burning desire to make a change to their body composition, to their fitness, to their health, to the training, they're the ones that will succeed every time. Because when you want it, you will literally do whatever it is in your power to achieve that goal. And if you're someone that can't sacrifice your full fat Coke for a Diet Coke, then you are simply not cut out for making big changes to your body.
On that note, I'm going to leave the video there. I hope that last bit wasn't too demotivating, but it's something that a lot of people need to hear. But yeah, Hope you learned something. Please drop this video a like if you did. Subscribe to the channel to support me, support the channel. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers now. We've surpassed 500, so thank you to everyone that's already subscribed. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you soon.